What is going on YouTube? I'm Dark Jack. In this gameplay I'm using my silenced ACR in the map Outpost, which is not that great of a map because it's very campish and it's just a standoff between two sides, and the other team has a lockdown on the B flag. And so once I get my Osprey Gunner, which I'm going to get out of a care package, I'm going to help my team win the game by helping them get the B flag back. So my strategy for this game was to play very carefully and use the power of the silencer to my advantage, and I'm using Hardline, which will help me get my low kill streaks in early. And I'm finding Hardline to be very useful for UAV, care package, and Predator missile. Right there, I got my 3-point streak, which is the care package, and I always run Stinger missiles, because every time you shoot down something you can get a point streak, which is very, very helpful. So now I'm going to try to head over to the enemy team spawn, which is hard to do because there are not that many ways to get from one side to the other. So fortunately not very many people on their team were using Assassin, and so when people don't use Assassin I do really well, but when I have to play against people that are using Assassin, then that really steams my beans, as Xcal would say. The disadvantage of using a care package is that you have to wait for it to come in, so it takes you out of the battle. And now, yep, got my Osprey Gunner, so I'm going to call it in. I'm going to do it over the B flag. That way my team can capture B. And I almost get shot down at the beginning of this Osprey Gunner, but fortunately this thing has 2 sets of flares, and so that's really great because one person cannot kill you. So even if someone shoots both stingers at you, like right there, he shoots both stingers, he was not able to kill me because I have 2 flares. So what the Osprey Gunner does is it's just like the Chopper Gunner in Modern Warfare 2, but it drops care packages if it stays in the air long enough. And I'm no longer running the escort airdrop, which is the support equivalent to the Osprey Gunner, because it gets shot down way too easily, so it never even drops its care packages. Now that my team has B, what I'm going to do now is flank around the enemy team, because flanking is a very good strategy for Call of Duty. Try to get into the enemy team spawn with a silencer and kill them before they even know you're there. And there I got a kill with my Bouncing Betty, but you can use like C4. You can throw it in a place where the enemy team is going to be in a high traffic area and then wait for them to get killed. And that guy almost gets me, but I hip fired him, then I aimed down my sight. And firing from the hip with steady aim is very useful in this game, because this game has a lot of close quarter engagements, and so using a silencer helps you out a lot with steady aim, like an SMG. So if you use the MP7, which is the best SMG in the game, with a silencer, steady aim, assassin sleight of hand, that's a great setup for rushing. There, I was getting flashed. I don't have Blast Shield Pro yet, but I will eventually, and once I get that, I'll use it from time to time. Right now I can't think of a better tier 2 perk than Assassin, because Assassin protects you from so much, and it protects you from the UAV, the counter UAV if it's pro, the EMP, the advanced UAV, heartbeat sensors, the motion sensor, and it hides your name so people with marksman can't see you. So Assassin is really, really good. Unfortunately, what they need to do is they need to bring back Stopping Power and Juggernaut to balance out the Assassin perk, or Ghost, or Cold-Blooded, or Camouflage, or UAV Jammer, whatever you want to call it. So ideally the best perk setup, in my opinion, would be having all the gun perks in one slot, so sleight of hand, steady aim, like in Black Ops, then having Juggernaut, Stopping Power, and the rest of the best perks in one slot, like Flak Jacket and Assassin. Then in the last slot you would have all the other perks that that would help you, like help you find where the enemy team is, like Sitrep, and Marksman and things like that, and the other slot, like the tier 3 perks now. Because if you don't have Stopping Power in Juggernaut, then the most used perk is always going to be the UAV Jammer one that doesn't allow you to show up on the radar. Because in Call of Duty 4 and World at War, the 3 main perks were Stopping Power, Juggernaut, and then the stealth perks, which would be UAV and Camouflage. And so because you don't have the first 2, what that means is that in the rest of the games you're going to have UAV Jammer as the most important. That's the way it was in Black Ops. But in Black Ops you had the Blackbird in order to counter the Ghost perk. Whereas in this game, there's nothing like a Blackbird. So what you can do instead is you can have everyone in your team run Recon Pro. And what that does is that when someone on the enemy team is damaged by an explosive or by a bullet, then what happens is that they show up on the radar for 10 seconds as a triangle like it was a Blackbird. And that works for everyone in your team, even if they're not using Recon Pro. So that's a helpful way to find people. And that guy, he almost kills me in Final Stand, but I got the drop on him and I went prone. That's called drop shotting. When you go down prone, and when I do that I fire and aim at the same time. That way I have the advantage over my opponent, rather than just aiming and then firing. So in this game I've been trying to play more defensively and carefully, because you have to play this game tactically. It's very difficult to rush around in this game, unless you're using a silencer and assassin. But then if you do that, you can't use quick draw. And you have to use 2 attachments if you want a silencer and rapid fire. So a good class would be the PP90 with silencer and rapid fire. That's a class I've seen people use to rush, as well as the MP7 with a silencer and extended mags. That's a great class. And I'm also finding T95 rapid fire red dot and the Scar H, not the Scar H, the Scar L with silencer and heartbeat sensor. And then the ACR works well. What I've learned is that basically all the assault rifles that are automatic are the same. It doesn't matter which one you use, whether it's the ACR, the M4, the G36, or the Scar L. Basically all of them will kill quickly, and they all have good range. The most important thing is your individual skill. So you could use the M4 for the entire prestige, or you could use the ACR for the whole prestige. And chances are you'll do just as well with the M4 as with the ACR. The differences between them are very small. So, like the ACR has high damage, but it has a lower rate of fire than the M4, G36, or Scar. And then the Scar has less damage than the G36 and the ACR, but has a faster rate of fire than the ACR. So there's not that much of a difference between them. They all kill in 3 bullets, and they all kill in 4 or 5 bullets at medium and long range. So the most important differences are the recoil and reload time. And the ACR has a fast reload of 1.9 seconds. So that gives it a good advantage over the others, because you can use that gun without having to use sleight of hand to reload, because you reload faster than all the other assault rifles. And I've not unlocked the MK14 yet, which is going to be a great gun. I've tried it out when I picked it up off the ground, and it's a 2-bullet kill. It's like the FNFAL from Black Ops, but it's really good. And right there my teammates are using the support package, which is a great package to use if you're having a hard time getting long kill streaks. So I like to use the Advanced UAV, Stealth Bomber, and Recon Juggernaut. If I don't use that, I'll use UAV, Care Package, and Predator Missile in the Assault class. I'm finding it difficult to get long kill streaks in this game. When I do get AC-130s and Reaper drones, when I run Assault, what I do is I run Hardline with the Stinger missiles, and I play really carefully. So if I want to, I can pretty much get an AC-130 most games, but in order to get that, I have to play really defensively and campish, and I have to sit in my spawn behind cover and head glitch. And so by the time I get my AC-130, the game is going to be almost over, so it's like not worth getting anyway, because by the time I get it, the game is going to be basically over, so I can't really help my team out that much. So I'll see you guys later.